a pre-bid meeting, and there was a lot of discussion. This was an architect I haven't worked with before, and a lot of us in the room hadn't. And so in a little town here in Northeast Arkansas, and there was a big discussion on the trades and new employees, the workforce, and all that. So one guy spoke up, and he was talking about this new kid working for him, and all the things he had said to him yesterday. And I was like, did he finish the day with you? And he came in this morning, gave him another talking to, blah blah blah. But there was a lot of negative talk, and that's a shame, because it's not an easy job, but any job out there, whether it's masonry, electrician, a lawyer, a steel worker, a doctor, this is the secret. This is a secret to life, maybe, actually. One of a big secret in adult life is the more you make, the bigger the cost to the worker. Maybe the more you make, it's a harder job. Maybe there's a bigger education, a higher education cost. Maybe you have to work really long hours. Maybe you have to work at night, and it's a really hard job. Maybe it's kind of like, say, the river boats, where there's a cost that you have to be gone away from your family for long, extended periods of time. Around here, that's a big thing. Oh, they got a riverboat job. Well, guess what? There's a price to that. Yeah, you make more, but there's a higher cost. You're gone, and other things. You can't mow your own yard because you're gone. All the things. There's a higher cost to that. So anyway, but with that being said, tradespeople do make pretty good money. It's not easy, but we as tradespeople are not going to get the next generation by telling them how hard it is. My hard's different than your hard. How about you let them figure out if it's hard for themselves? How about you sell them on the positives? Some people think getting a rain day is a positive. Well, how about you tell them about that? It's not always a negative. Sometimes you need that unexpected day to run errands, to get doctor's appointments, to get your taxes done, all that kind of stuff. So how about you tell them, sell them on the job for all the reasons maybe that you got into it, or maybe all the reasons that you stay in it. So we need to be better salespeople if we're going to get kids to come to work for us. One joke I always use in masonry is, I'm just going to give you money for showing up for 8 hours. I'm just going to give it to you. And then you're going to have a dark tan and big muscles and money in your pocket, and you're going to be every girl's dream. And which is the truth, first of all. It's the truth, but there has to be a sales pitch to this, and not these cranky old men out there telling them all the negatives that are going to run off any sane person. So how about we sell it better, first of all? And then as they actually are hired and stick with us, how about we not tell them how dumb they are all the time? There's a big connotation. Yeah, kids, an 18-year-old kid isn't going to have the same knowledge that I do, obviously. But that kid does have a different set of life experiences. We had one boy working for us, and he figured out how to restring the weed eater all by himself without YouTube. And Eric and I couldn't have done that. honestly. And so they have different set of life experiences. Let them figure it out, some of this stuff, and then the rest of it, we need to teach them and bring up the next generation for those life skills. Maybe their mamas and daddies didn't know the stuff to teach them. It's not the kids' fault. Teach them. And then remember that we didn't all grow up geniuses. We're going to have to teach them some stuff that their mamas and daddies and the schools just didn't teach them. And be patient. And yeah, it's not easy. It wasn't easy for the people who hired us as kids either. I was always great, but whatever, y'all. I'm just kidding. But there was someone who taught us things, and it come at a young age. So how about we give these kids a little grace and come alongside them, teach them these life skills that I know your daddy doesn't hold a stable job, but guess what? You can. You need to get you a good alarm clock. If you don't wake up on time, you need to put the video games down at 10 o'clock and go to bed and get to work the next morning. How about you just teach them that and teach them why? Because I know you have youth, but obviously that's not working for you. So you need to get to work on time and stick with that. You're not going to be able to teach all the kids, but guess what? Let's say as an employer you keep 1 out of 10. That one is going to be good. That one is going to be so good, and you're just going to want to pinch their little cheeks. They're going to be so good. And then the rest, you're going to have a large amount of that left. The other 9, let's say, out of the 10, you're going to have 3 or 4 that come back to you later and are in the trades, because that's how it works, right? They always come back around because they're floating around to different jobs chasing that higher dollar. They're going to come back later and they're going to be like, you know what? I was a dumb kid when you gave me a chance. Will you give me another chance? And maybe you want to, maybe you don't. But they're going to see that you did give them a chance and be more thankful the next time around. More than likely. And so invest in not only in today, but in the future of the future workforce. And sell them on it. Don't be, you can have fun, but at the end of the day, nobody wants to hear how dumb they are all the time. What a lazy kid they are. Even if they are lazy, don't be an abusive parent. Send them on their way. Even if they are lazy, whatever, just say, okay, it's not working here. And so don't be an abusive parent. Let them go if it's not going to be a fit. And even as an employer, I know you can't micromanage everything that your employees say, but we've got to show kids that running the streets and chasing the video game dollar or whatever they're trying to chase that is easy money, supposedly, show them that they can have a better life in the trades, and it is actually respectful and respectable, because even a doctor, even a lawyer, even the president, a banker, they all have chimney leaks, and they all want a foundation on their new house. They all have cracks in their house they need somebody to come fix, and you might just be their superhero. So anyway, just be a better salesperson of your trade. I guess that's the point. And if you're a teacher, when I was a kid, it was a put down that you don't want to go to college, you just want to be a ditch digger. Well, or whatever. Yeah, there's most of the kids in that school are going to end up being the ditch diggers. So show them it's okay. That's not a put down. It's not a put down at all. It's actually very admirable to operate equipment That's a gift that not everybody has, and it's a gift to be a roofer, because that is a hard job, and but you get to do some really cool stuff. And same with being an electrician, same with being a masonry contractor. So teach these kids that there's really cool work out there in the trades. We get to build cool things. We get to build the schools that they're educated in, and a lot of times they're making more than the teachers. So the tradespeople are making more than the teachers. So how about, like, teach the kids that it's okay to not have college debt, and that it's actually very respectable to build the buildings that we all need. Have a good day.